Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in to our latest video. We're delighted to be showing you today the brand new fountain pen from TWSBI, which is being released today, 29th of July 2021, and it's called the Swipe. So here you can see the box that it comes in, so we're going to do an unboxing, show you the two colours that are available, and give you a little bit of a lowdown on the new product and a comparison to some other pens that I've got here on my desk. So this is the box that it comes in. I'll move that one out of the way. This is the Prussian blue, so there's a little blue square on it. 1.1 nib in this one, 1.1mm stub italic. So there are two colours, 5 different nib width options in each colour. So extra fine, fine, medium, broad, and then this 1.1mm stub italic. So here's the grey one. Bottom of the box sleeve says that. Quite a nice design on there. So it's quite a bit smaller than the box that the Eco and the Classic come in, which is, you can see here, but bigger than the box that the Go comes with. I don't have a Go box here actually. So there's the size comparison between the two. So if I slide the sleeve off, you can see plastic box there with the TWSBI logo moulded into it. Hinges there, and that's the bottom of it. It's got 2 stickers on the end. There we go. As you can see, they don't have barcodes on them. If you're bold, as you are with the Eco box, you can just sort of pull that and separate those stickers. So there you go. And then inside the box, you'll see the new Smoke Swipe comes inside this little bag, and then also in this bag, you'll see that it's got an ink cartridge and a little spring. This little note here says the spring is not needed in normal use, but essentially if you put the ink cartridge in, then the spring, it'll hold it tightly and firmly in place in the fountain pen. So I'll put those back in there for the moment. So let's have a look at the pen. So I said this is the Smoke version, which is translucent. It's got a TWSBI logo there by my thumb. Interestingly, this barrel is 5-sided, so what's that? Pentagonal. Whereas the Eco is hexagonal. You can see the sizes of these two actually are fairly similar. This is a more consistent size. It tapers a little bit bigger there to the threaded section, whereas you'll see this tapers quite a bit more there on the filler knob on the Eco. It's got a metal spring, which is really stiff actually. That's really firm. So that's not easily going to slide off anything. It's sort of folded there and goes into the plastic of the lid. There you can see the TWSBI logo on the top, and it's got 4 little notches around it. It's a friction fit, click fit lid. Got quite a nice click into place. And then when we take the lid off, this grip section is actually a little bit different to on the Eco model. The Eco has facets on it, whereas this is just rounded, and it gets thinner there and then opens back out to stop your hand from sliding down towards the nib when you're writing with it. The nib to me looks like it's exactly the same as it is in the Eco actually, and it's friction fit, so if you get a good grip on it and just give it a little bit of a wiggle, nib and feed will come out together and then they'll separate. This feed has got a recess in it for when you put it back in, so that nib will line up with the recess on the I haven't put that on very well. Will line up with the feed, and then you hold the two of them together and push them back in. They've got to push in all the way because there's a little lug at the base of the feed, and that's got to go through a hole, and then that lines up with the converter. So if I take the barrel off the pen and put that down, you'll see there's got a new converter design in it, which is a spring-loaded one. Works in the same way as the Go, really. Simple as that to refill it. That can be removed quite easily. It's just a friction fit, and that fits onto that lug, which you may not be able to see. Fits onto that lug, which is on the base of the ink feed. So there we go. That's how that works. Like I said, there's an ink cartridge in this little bag inside the box that's well sealed. Quite a big chunky ink cartridge. I've got one for comparison. So I've got an international standard converter here, which is a Pelican one. So if I line those up, you'll see the length of it. that end looks like it's got the same size fitting, but this ink cartridge is wider, so I don't know whether that'll fit. But I've got a Kaweco fountain pen here and some Kaweco ink cartridges to compare. Try and give you all the information. So there is an international short ink cartridge. This one here, a Kaweco Midnight Blue. So there's a size comparison between those. So let's put that back in the box and the spring in that little bag, because we've got pens and bits of pens everywhere here. Right, so let's see whether we can get a Kaweco ink cartridge in there. Look, feels like it would fit actually. I'm not going to try and pierce it, but that's what that's going to look like. Here's the converter that goes in it. Here's a Kaweco fountain pen. For size comparison, I'm just going to see whether this converter fits. It doesn't. It steps out much too much, so that's not going to fit in there. So it doesn't look like this new TWSBI converter is going to be able to be used in other international standard type fittings. So let's put that back in, put that on there, and let's have a size comparison with the Skyline. There you go. Posted. Obviously, you know that Kaweco model is quite small. Yeah, the Kaweco model is quite small, so there's a comparison with that. We've got a Lamy All-Star here. So if I do that, you can see what the two sizes of these are like. Fairly similar actually. The Lamy to me looks like it's about 2 or 3 mil longer. Size wise those, yeah, again Lamy is just probably 4 millimeters longer there. And capped, that Lamy is 1 millimeter or so longer. That's an interesting comparison. That's what they look like. You may have noticed it posts quite well actually. That fits on there quite snug. Yeah, it's a good, comfortable size of pen. You know, this Lamy size and design has been well tested, and it's almost exactly the same size. So that's going to be a comfortable, quite lightweight. There we go. So I'll just open up the Prussian blue version now, so you can see what that looks like as a comparison. I'll just move that one out of the way. So the Prussian blue colour is opaque, not translucent like the smoke is. So it's got a different feel. To get it out of its little bag. Looking at my screen, actually, this is probably coming across a bit more blue and a bit less green than it actually is. So we'll try and get some good images of it so you can see it's a little, to my eyes, it looks a little bit greener, a bit more of a tealy blue than it does on my screen on video now. But there it is compared to the smoke grey. And there it is compared to this All-Star. So I hope that was useful. Yeah, the takeaways is that it's a good, comfortable size of pen, quite good value, similar in price to this Lamy. Obviously, this Lamy is made of aluminium, and this is made of plastic. It's got a new plunger design, which is not doesn't appear to be interchangeable with international standard, but it looks like it's got a bigger ink capacity. We'll test that out over the coming days. There we go. Please do leave your comments below. It's available to buy on the website now. Thanks for tuning in. See you again soon.